Hello and welcome to Capacity Asia 2023. My name is Lukas Palis and I'm responsible for subsea sales as a principal account manager in OTEGlobe. For those of you who are not familiar with our company, OTEGlobe is a business unit of OTE group of companies, the incumbent in Greece, which is also a member of the larger DT Systems group. As a business unit, we are responsible for the international wholesale business of OTE group, dealing in both voice and data business, and we have received a number of awards proving our high performance and excellence in both regards. We are here to share some thoughts on the Europe to Asia transit market and new cable build-outs along this route. As a general rule, we see that internet bandwidth is increasing on a yearly basis, and 65% of this increase can be attributed to over-the-top players. Google, Microsoft, Facebook and Amazon are building new data centers and network infrastructure to support their core network needs. Now, why they are doing this is pretty straightforward. Cloud is decentralized and new cloud regions are popping up in many countries around the globe. Connecting these new cloud regions, these new data centers with diverse and resilient subsea cable routes is becoming a matter of paramount importance. So, for the next 2 to 3 years, along the Europe to Asia route only, more than $1 billion is expected to be spent on new subsea cable projects, new high fiber count cables that will become available to serve the increased traffic needs. But is new capacity demand only responsible for new cable build-outs? Taking a look back at 2021, we can see that the maximum potential capacity along the Mediterranean basin was around 400 Tbps, and the main pop for entry in Europe was Marseille. All the other, let's say, cable landing stations were serving limited capacity needs. Moving forward by only 5 years, we see that this situation has changed drastically. Not only the capacity has increased tenfold and is expected to reach around 4 Tbps by 2027, but new POPs are emerging along the Mediterranean basin to serve capacity needs and also provide much needed diversity and resilience for all the traffic coming from Asia, Middle East to Europe. Solid proof of that is Greece, where we are coming from. New cables as well as data centers are planned to be constructed in the southern part of Greece, the island of Crete, within the next 2 to 3 years. So Crete is becoming the alternative hub and the first entry point in Europe in the Mediterranean basin. But it's not only about new cable build-outs. The whole concept of subsea cables and cable consortia is now changing. Open cables are extended to carry neutral POPs or data centers. Cable landing stations traditionally used to transition a subsea cable to terrestrial cables are now integrated or very close to carrier neutral POPs or data centers that serve the purpose of hubs themselves. This concept secures multiple connectivity options, eliminates downtime, and of course provide much needed around-the-clock support. Another factor to consider in new cable build-outs is of course latency. Latency is very critical in real-time applications. And of course latency is improved as the traffic is moving eastwards. In this slide we can see the improvements in round trip delay when traffic is terminated in Greece or France or Germany. Power consumption is also becoming critical, especially since energy prices face significant increases in many markets, including the European Union. Power is still of course a small portion of expenditure for cable operators, but new high fiber count cables could have increased energy power needs that need to be addressed. Last but not least, let us not forget how crucial is the importance of licensing and permitting process in the timely construction of new subsea cable. Following the example of Marseille in France, the need to develop plug-and-play solutions to avoid red tape and bureaucracy is becoming more essential and more crucial than ever. Security and political considerations are also of major importance in the highly sensitive EMEA region and the Mediterranean basin. To summarize, despite all the obstacles and the recent political developments, we believe that new high fiber cables are now built across Eurasia to cope with the soaring demand and provide new, diverse, resilient and low latency routes. New landing station campuses and data centers are built across Europe to serve the purpose of internet gateways and alternative hubs. And we are here with OTEGlobe team to share your thoughts and ideas on the recent developments and answer any questions you might have. Thank you all for your attention and looking forward to meeting you all in Capacity Asia 2023.